Okay, so this is day number 3 of the vlog. Day 5 since I changed my plan up. 250.8. So that is pretty good progress considering I am not training at this point in time, and I am just sticking to my nutrition plan. So from yesterday to today, yesterday I think was 252.6, so that's pretty good. These vlogs, I understand, are probably really not that great to watch right now. I know they're probably not too exciting because I'm just kind of waking up, going to work, coming home and checking in whenever I'm eating and whatnot, and checking in when I'm weighing in. But I'm gonna try to make them much more enjoyable after I come out of this initial phase, because right now it's just taking everything that I can do to not cheat on the meal plan. So trying to stay focused on that, and in doing that it forces me to kind of not want to put as much effort into the video. So hopefully when I come out of this phase I start putting a little bit more effort into it and these videos become much more enjoyable. I'm at the office now, getting ready to eat my first meal of the day. There's AA Ron.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna sit down here and eat, and I wanted to just go ahead and I want to show you guys my meal plan for this transition week. So some of you guys might have seen it if you've been following me on Facebook, or if you're in our tribe or anything like that. You would kind of see a glimpse at what I've been eating every day. But I wanted to, and because we're about to change up the plan a little bit, to introduce a little bit of different foods, because I'm starting to get really burnt out on some of the things that were on the plan. So we're about to change it up, and I almost made it in through the full week before I had to kind of demand some things to be changed. It's been pretty awesome, and the amount of weight that I lost from yesterday morning to this morning is pretty awesome. So here's basically what we're working with. Let me see if I can show you guys this on my phone here. Option 1, 1 cup of egg whites plus 3 ounces of lean turkey, liquid measures. 1 cup. Option 2, 1 cup of non-fat plain Greek yogurt. I've not been doing option 2, I've been sticking with option 1. And then the carb and fat source down here is either 2 apples, or 1 apple and an orange, or 2 of either, or a cup of oatmeal with some peanut butter, Splenda to flavor it and whatnot. But I've not been doing that because I'm not a big fan of peanut butter, so I've been sticking with the 2 apples, oranges every day. And then meal two down here, 8 ounces. I'm trying to help you guys see this. Meal 2, 8 ounces of lean ground sirloin, 2 cups chopped sweet potatoes. Let me just read it to you, that'd probably be better, right? Yeah, sweet potatoes, or 1 cup of brown rice, 1 cup of green beans, broccoli, or spinach. I've been doing green beans. Meal 3, this is post-workout and on off days, and I can move this meal around anytime during the day, but it's just 2 scoops of protein and water, or and 2 apples or oranges. And so I move that around anytime during the day. And because I'm not training right now, I usually just do it in between lunch and dinner. And that's where I would do it anyway. But meal 4 is 1 cup non-fat plain Greek yogurt again, or 1 apple or orange. But instead of that, I switched and am doing 6 ounces of chicken and sweet potato. So a lot of high volume foods, so it's really filling me up. And I found that, like, while I've stuck to this 100%, I've not cheated, but I've not been able to really get through meal 4 almost every day from being so full. Honestly, meal 2, like my lunch meal, I've been struggling to get through, and some days I just only got through like half of it. So my intake has not been quite as much as designed here, but I mean, I've stuck to it, and the results are obviously showing. I mean, virtually 2 pounds lost in a day's time just from eating right, no training at all. That's pretty cool. So when I start training at the beginning of the month, whenever it comes up here pretty soon, I imagine results starting to really rapidly happen. So got some eggs this morning with some turkey, almonds, apple and an orange. All right guys, so we're back here at the command center wrapping up day 5, I think, and day 3 of actually vlogging this experience, and at this point it's just becoming too confusing to remember the numbers. So I'm just gonna start overlaying the day in text when I edit these videos, or putting it in the title or the description or something like that. Either way, I'm just gonna stop like trying to remember it and mention it to you guys. So, but I picked up something here recently that I wanted to show you before I call it a day here. It's called the NAR box. Pretty cool little, pretty cool packaging, all that good stuff. But the NAR box this is not like going to be a thorough review, just kind of like a quick little overview for you. As a creator, one of the issues that I often run into is file storage, and you know, I would venture to say that any of you guys that make videos or film or anything like that, you know, file storage is always a challenge. It's always a growing pain, right? And one of the biggest challenges is for like when you're on the go. You know, if you're on the go, the issue is, you know, you've only got a certain amount of SD card space on whatever card you're using, and you know, so unless you have multiple SD cards with enough capacity to get you through the day, you're gonna max those out, and then, you know, once you max out your cards, you risk missing shots in the future because your cards are maxed out and you can't save any more video files. And so traditionally people would just carry around a laptop and bring a laptop with them, and when they max out their cards, they'll just transfer that footage over to their main hard drive or whatever. And that's cool and all, that works, but you know, who the fuck wants to carry around a laptop all the time like that, especially if you're in like remote locations, like if you go on an adventure nature hike or whatever. You know, you don't want to have to carry your laptop with you in those instances. You've already got to carry your camera gear and what day gear, you know, what general gear that you're taking with you. So it becomes a real pain in the ass. So I picked up this NAR box here recently, and what it is a rugged hard drive. God dang. These things are really on there. It's a rugged hard drive. You got rubber seals there that lock these things up and make it to where it's extremely water resistant. Not waterproof. This model is not waterproof, just highly water resistant. There is a version 2.0 that they have on Kickstarter right now. Much more expensive, much more robust, can do a few more things, but this is really all you need. But as you can see here, you got SD spot, you got micro SD, and then you got USB. And what you can do with the USB port is plug in an external hard drive, if you've got one, to get expanded space. Because this one here, this one has 128 gigs, and the other one that they sell is 256 gigs. So what this allows me to do is take my SD card from my camera, I insert it here, and then it automatically, for me, it organizes the footage for me by day. And then it has an app that you pull up on your phone, and then you can use that app to scrub through the footage. You can edit and render videos right here within the app. You can edit photos and do the same thing. And then by the time you get home, when you get back to your command center, you just plug up your NAR box to your computer, and then you import your already organized footage into your main drive. And that allows you to essentially never max out capacity when you're out filming for a day or multiple days or anything like that, and you don't have to carry around a big ass laptop in the process. So there's a lot of other cool features about this. I don't want to get too deep into this and like do a full-on review on it or anything, but check it out. NAR box, GNARBOX. Pretty cool thing. So to wrap up this video, I'll talk a little bit about like where my mind's at as far as the nutritional changes go. I believe when I started, see, I didn't weigh in until yesterday morning. That first weigh in when I was 252.6, I think is what it was. That was the first weigh in. And so that was a few days after I had actually started my nutritional changes. I think that I was up to around 260, roughly around 260, based off of what I've lost in the past day. And so does my trainer. My trainer thinks that I was probably up around 260 when we started as well. Last night was really tough for me, and we ended up having to come to an agreement on changing up my nutritional plan a little bit to give me a little bit more variety with my food choices, because at this point I can't even fucking think about chicken or green beans or sweet potatoes or ground turkey or ground beef, and it's like even the thought of it just makes me feel sick. So I've been doing really well with meal one, because my meal one is like breakfast food, you know, deli shaved turkey, so it's got a little bit more flavor, it's juicier. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with eggs. I can eat eggs for every meal. So meal one has always been pretty easy, and then throughout the day I'll have like a protein shake, a couple of apples and oranges, like I showed you guys for my nutrition plan this morning. But I've had a really hard time getting all the way through my lunch meal and then dinner meals entirely, and I've not even ate. I've just been so full. I've felt so full, and it also at the same time, because I don't like this food, my brain is telling me like, no, don't eat that because you'll get sick. And so with that being said, we're switching some things up. We're gonna maybe implement some seafood, a little bit of fish, a little bit of shrimp. We're going to look at maybe some pork, I think. I don't know. We're gonna experiment with a little bit, and so he's changing up my nutritional programming just a little bit. But overall, you know, like I said, last night was probably the hardest night. It was pretty hard throughout the day today, but I mean, I managed. Now, and it's a little bit more exciting for me, a little bit easier now that I've weighed in and I've seen like a 2-pound loss in a day's time. That's pretty awesome considering I'm not training yet. So now like the motivation, you know, from that is kind of helping me mentally get through, you know, the next healthy meal or whatever. So that helps. It's starting to maybe, I maybe can start seeing the light now. But nonetheless, it's still very fucking tough. So that's where we're at. I'm sticking with it. Tomorrow is going to be really tough to stick with it, I think. We're going down to the Jeep invasion in Sevierville tomorrow, and I'm going to be bringing the camera. I'll vlog a little bit and show you guys some badass Jeeps. So if you don't know anything about the Jeep invasion, it's like the biggest Jeep event in the US, and this year's their 6th annual event. There's probably going to be like 2,000 plus Jeeps there. They rent out the LeConte Center down in Sevierville, and it is freaking amazing. The Jeep builds that you'll see down there are phenomenal. I'm talking hundreds of thousands of dollars put into builds, and it's pretty nuts. So I'm going to show you guys some awesome Jeeps tomorrow. So tomorrow should be a little bit more vloggy and enjoyable, thankfully, but it's definitely going to be hard to maintain the nutrition. I think the wife is already planning on eating out somewhere, so I've got to pack some meals or do something to make sure that I don't cheat. And it's going to be really hard being down there around that environment, away from home, away from the meals, and I don't know. We'll see how we do. But I got to do this, right? So hey, if I have trouble, I'll just hop on here and talk to you guys some more. All right, that's a wrap. Day 5. 3, I don't remember, whatever.